And your influence in the lives of Hank and Brittany. You have all been invited here tonight by no coincidence, but with purpose and intent to be a part of this special occasion as two people begin their journey as one. Hank and Brittany would like to thank you for joining them tonight. Your presence here makes them feel very loved and supported. They'd also like to make a special recognition to both of their grandparents, some with us and others who have passed, but all whose spirit can be felt with us today. Brittany, you are about to enter into a relationship with many privileges, but also many obligations. The man that you love is about to become your husband. Your joys will be his joys. Your sorrows will be his sorrows. Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only unto him, so long as you both shall live. Hank, you two are about to enter into a relationship with many privileges, but also with many obligations. The woman that you love is about to become your wife. Your joys will be her joys, your sorrows will be her sorrows. Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only unto her, so long as you both shall live.
I will.
Who now gives this woman to be married to this man? Whenever I marry a couple, I like to hear some of the reasons why they got to this point. And so I asked Brittany and Hank if they would write down a list of reasons why they love each other and send them to me individually without sharing what they wrote to each other. And so they decided to do that, and they sent me a list, and they decided to share their thoughts with each other here and also with everybody else here as well. So I'm going to read what Hank wrote to Brittany first, and it's okay if you touch. It's okay from this point on. Brittany, Hank wrote these words. Brittany, I love you because of your family and friends. The dedication you give to them lets me know how much love they've given to you over the years. I love you because you know that snickering in the middle of a disagreement always gets us back on track. I love you because of the risks that we take together. For me, it was the bungee jumping. For you, it was the brain taco that you unknowingly ate. I love you because of your laugh and your sense of humor. Just when I think I've gone too far, you take it a few steps further. I love you that because by saying I do, I know that you agree to give me nightly back massages, and we have videographers documenting the agreement. And lastly, I love you because you quit your job to take an 8-week road trip with me last fall. That's over 1,300 hours of Hank and Brittany time. The experiences we shared affirmed to me that we'd be married someday. Hank, Brittany wrote these words to you. Hank, I love you because you're a man of such incredible integrity. You act based on what's the right thing to do over selfish needs, and your balance of confidence and humility make me proud to be associated with you. I love you because life with you is a blast. Your incredible sense of humor is what attracted to me Me to you right off the bat. I honestly can't remember the last day that's gone by when we haven't met. I love you because you always make me feel safe and supported. On my worst days, you ground me. You find a way, even when it's against my will, to make me smile or buckle down to find a solution. I love you because you're a man who's comfortable in his own skin. You're the only guy I know who, no matter where we're traveling, packs a Speedo in his bag, just in case. I can look at the guys behind you over again. I love you because it was so sweet how you promised that I would never have to take out the trash, fold the laundry, wash the dishes, or clean Kitty's litter box once we're married. And lastly, I love you because you're consistently the best part of my day. Hank and Brittany, what tokens of your love and commitment do you have to exchange with each other?
All right.
Hank and Brittany, in just a moment, we're going to exchange these rings and your vows. But before we do that, I'd like to share briefly about the significance of your rings. Because unfortunately, your rings, they symbolize quite a bit, but we tend to lose their significance to us over time because we wear them on our fingers every day and they just kind of become a part of us. And that's unfortunate. One thing you notice about your rings is that they're made out of precious metals and stones. I'm sure you have paid off or are still paying off these rings. You're very aware of how precious they are. And we exchange rings made out of precious metals and stones for a reason, because it symbolizes what you're doing tonight by making a commitment to another person for the rest of your life with one of the most precious and valuable things that you'll do in your lifetime. A second thing I notice about your rings is that they're a deep circle. There's no breaking ring. That symbolizes that the commitment that you're making to each other tonight isn't going to break. I know in a moment like this it's hard to believe, but there will be times in your life together where you might not feel as in love with each other as you do right now. Because we tend to associate love with the feeling, and sometimes we feel more in love with each other than we do at other times. And circumstances play a role in that. That you're making a commitment to each other. And it's the commitment that you're making to each other that's to get you to those times where you might not feel as in love with each other as you do right now. To get you to those rough spots that will come into your marriage, because every marriage has rough spots. I'm told in ancient days when a king would sign something in a law, he would take his ring, it was called a signet ring, had his initials on it. He would take those initials on the ring and dip them in the hot wax, and then he would impress his initials onto the parchment. And once his initials were impressed on that parchment, whatever was written on it was put into law. And once it was put into law, the king himself could not go back on that law. And in the way what you're doing tonight, by exchanging rings and vows, you're putting your love into law. You love each other. It's what got you to this moment. But now you're making a commitment to each other. And just like the king could not go back on that law once his initials were impressed onto that parchment, so that you are not to go back on the commitment that you're making to each other tonight. Hank and Brittany, it's really my hope and prayer that every time you look down and see the ring on your finger, be a reminder of this moment, be a reminder of your love for each other, and most importantly, may be a reminder of the commitment that you made to each other tonight. Hank, you now take Brittany to be your wife.
I do.
Please repeat after me. Brittany, I love you.
Brittany, I love you.
You are my best friend.
You are my best friend.
Today I give myself
Today I give myself
to you in marriage.
to you.
I promise to encourage
I promise to encourage
and inspire you,
and inspire you,
to laugh with you,
laugh with you,
and to comfort you in times of sorrow
sorrow,
and struggle.
and struggle.
I promise to love you
I promise to love you
in good times
in good times
and in bad, when our love is simple
when our love is simple
and when it is an effort.
when it is an effort.
I promise to cherish you
I promise to cherish you
and to always hold you
and to always hold you
in the highest regard.
in the highest regard.
These things
These things
I give to you today
I give to you today
and all the days
and all the days
of our lives.
of our lives.
Brittany, do you now take Hank to be your husband?
Do.
Please repeat after me. Hank, I love you.
Hank, I love you.
You are my best friend.
You're my best friend.
Today I give myself
Today I give myself
to you in marriage.
to you in marriage.
I promise to encourage
I promise to encourage
and inspire you,
and inspire you,
to laugh with you,
to laugh with you,
and to comfort you
and to comfort you
in times of sorrow
in times of sorrow
and struggle.
and struggle.
I promise to love you
I promise to love you
in good times
in good times
and in bad,
and bad,
when our love is simple
when our love is simple
and when it is an effort.
and when it is an effort.
I promise to cherish you
I promise to cherish you
and to always hold you
and to always hold you
in the highest regard.
in the highest regard.
These things
These things
I give to you today
I give to you today
and all the days
and all the days
of our life. Well, Hank and Brittany, you have now affirmed before your family and your friends your love and devotion for each other. You have come from different backgrounds. You have walked different paths. You're different individuals. Yet your love has transcended these differences. In the years before you, may the richness of the traditions that have nurtured you enhance and brighten your lives as they help create and shape your family's future. May the challenges of your life together be met with courage and optimism. May you learn from your failures, and may you grow in your achievements. May you face life's pains, toils, and troubles with a stout and a light heart. May you always remember that laughter truly is the medicine of the soul. And may the spirit of love ever be a part of your lives, so that the union that we celebrate here today will be worthy of continued celebration today, tomorrow, and forever. Will you join me as I pray for this couple? Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this moment in time that we have gathered here to witness and to celebrate the union of Hank and Brittany. I pray that you would bless them as they now move forward and take the first steps as a married couple. I pray that you would bless them with everything that they need for a successful marriage. Would you give them grace and understanding? Would you give them patience? Would you help them to be quick to say, I'm sorry, even quicker to say, I forgive you? If they have differences that push them apart, may each one of them have the victories to take the first step back towards each other. Help them to say, I love you often, and to make, not to make small issues big issues. Bless them with everything that they need so that years down the road, when we look back after a long, successful marriage, we can celebrate this day as the day that it began. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Well, for as much as Hank and Brittany have pledged themselves in the presence of God and His company and have spoken the words to perform the rites which unite their lives, I do now by the powers vested in me by the laws of the state of Arizona, but more importantly by your love and commitment to each other, pronounce that you're husband and wife. Hank, I don't know if you have a desire. If you do, you can ask this your lovely bride. It's my great privilege and honor to be the first to introduce to everybody Mr. and Mrs. Hank Baldwin. Brittany, I'd like to thank you for joining them on their special occasion. They would love for you to stay and celebrate with them. There will be a cocktail hour just outside of this tent to my left, and then the reception will be there as well following the cocktail hour. If you can't stay for some reason, we would ask that you please remember to leave any gifts or money that you brought to them before you leave. Don't forget to do that. But again, thank you for joining them on their special occasion.
Oh, just put just something a little more comfortable.
Down there, it's not like safe.
Oh, under here.
We go through your car on.
No, I'm okay.